There are a lot of incredible sports cars in the world. These are sharp-looking, beautiful engineered machines with superlative performance, and many of them are incredibly expensive too. Still, you don't have to spend six figures to get a great sports car. That's why we've rounded up 10 of the best sports cars under $75,000. These performance-focused vehicles represent a variety of sports car definitions. We've included a mix of coupes, convertibles, and hatchbacks, and several of them cost a fraction of that $75,000 price cap. Keep watching the video to learn about our selections. Number 10. Mazda MX-5 Miata. One of the purest forms of driving pleasure you can buy, at any price. The 2022 Mazda MX-5 Miata starts at $27,300. An affordable price doesn't mean this is an ordinary car. The Miata is a tiny, light, rear-wheel drive, two-seat roadster with an intimate connection to the road and looks that would be home on an exotic. It's not about spec sheet domination. Its 2-liter engine has 181 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque, less than some economy sedans. But this is a light enough car that it's still quite quick. And you sit so low, it feels even faster. Especially if you pick the standard 6-speed manual transmission and open up the top. The Mazda gives you a thrill whether you found an empty winding road or just keeping up with traffic between two stoplights. The interior doesn't feel as upscale as it did when the current Miata generation debuted in 2016, and not everyone will fit inside. But the MX-5 Miata has more approachable fun than most sports cars at any price. Number 9. Subaru BRZ. The Subaru BRZ is a little like a coupe version of the Mazda. We don't mean there's any mechanical connection between the cars, but their themes are similar. They're both small, light, rear-wheel drive cars with sharp handling and relatively modest horsepower. For the 2022 year model, the Subaru BRZ and its twin, the Toyota GR86, received a full redesign that bumped horsepower from 205 to 228. It also brought modernized styling, more available safety features, a contemporary-looking interior, and a less tinny feel. It brings delight with fewer sacrifices than before. The BRZ is not as light as the Miata, and there's no open-top version, but Subaru did make room for a small back seat. Prices start at $27,995. Number 8. Chevrolet Camaro. When horsepower is a priority, the best sports car under $75,000 are American, and our pick is the 2022 Chevrolet Camaro. It's not as roomy as the rival Ford Mustang or Dodge Challenger, but if you're not looking to squeeze anyone into the back, the Camaro is a delight. It shares its platform with Cadillac sports sedans, and you feel that extra luxury-grade smoothness and sharp handling. It's also less overtly retro than the Ford or Dodge, opting for subtler nods to its heritage. The Camaro is available for as little as $25,000, but that's for a 275 horsepower four-cylinder. That's not slow, but the car's true character emerges with the quicker, richer-sounding 335 horsepower V6, starting from $27,095, or 455 horsepower V8, starting from $34,000. You can even buy the 650 horsepower supercharged Camaro ZL1 for well under $75,000, a starting price of $63,000. Number 7. Volkswagen Golf. Turning back to small, lithe cars. The newly redesigned 2022 Volkswagen Golf is a terrific driver's car disguised as an ordinary 5-door compact hatchback. The new Golf is no longer available in base economy car versions, coming only in its zippy GTI and even zippier R versions. These Golfs aren't stylish sports cars, but they offer excellent handling poise, excellent manual and dual-clutch automatic transmissions, and ample power. For 2022, the GTI makes 241 horsepower, while the Golf R increases 315 horsepower. Under the VW skin, these Golfs share their mechanical components with much pricier Audi models. The latest Golf abandons the old model's simple interior in favor of a high-tech, less user-friendly design, but this is otherwise one of the best sports cars you can buy. The Golf GTI ownership starts at $29,545, and the R starts at $43,645. Number 6. BMW 2 Series. The 2 Series is another great driving car that doesn't look like a classic sports car. This is the smallest BMW, and this stubby two-door coupe and convertible is today's purest expression of the automaker's classic experience. The driver remains connected to the road rather than kept isolated for a cushier, more relaxing experience. And the rear-wheel drive-based platform offers the top-tier capability to go with its everyday driving experience. The BMW 2 Series is redesigned for the 2022 model year, with crisper styling and slightly more graceful proportions. You'll initially choose between a 255 horsepower 4-cylinder and a 382 horsepower 6-cylinder. The latter is the obvious choice if you're interested in a great sports car. Prices start at $36,350 for the 4-cylinder 230i and $48,550 for the 6-cylinder M240i. Number 5. Toyota Supra. Now we come to a great sports car that definitely looks like a sports car. It's the 2022 Toyota Supra, the newly reinvented version of a Japanese classic. The Supra is instantly notable for its styling. It's exotic, it's exuberant, and it's wrapped around a tidy 2-seat cabin. Not everyone will love it, but this isn't a sports car you'll overlook. And under that uniquely Toyota exterior is a BMW-sourced platform, engine, and interior. The new Supra is a fixed-roof version of the BMW Z4 convertible, but for thousands of dollars less. They each have a familiar pair of BMW engines, the same 255 horsepower 4 and 382 horsepower 6 as the 2 Series. The Supra is priced from $43,190, which is a lot for a Toyota, but a steal for a BMW sports car. Number 4. Audi TT. The Audi TT is something like a posher, sportier-looking version of the Volkswagen Golf, specifically the GTI and R Performance models. If that sounds like a criticism, you haven't driven those Golfs. These are agreeable, sporty cars that are fun to drive without beating you up about it. A little two-seater that's also a comfortable and upscale commuter car. The base TT makes 228 horsepower and starts at $49,800. But you can liven up this little coupe and convertible with 288 horsepower on the TTS model for $59,500, or 394 horsepower on the TTRS for $72,500. That's not the most horsepower you can get for the money. But when you're not out to win a race, this Audi delivers plenty of performance without forgetting to be a luxury car. The TT offers tiny rear seats in its fixed-roof version, while the convertible drops any pretense of carrying more than 2 people. Number 3. Chevrolet Corvette. The Corvette is a classic example of a great sports car under $75,000, and the latest model has become even more so. Originally, the Corvette was a classic American performance car that prioritized a ridiculous amount of horsepower at relatively affordable prices. Now it's essentially a mid-engined exotic supercar. And yes, it still provides a ridiculous amount of horsepower at a relatively affordable price too. The Chevrolet Corvette starts at $60,900 with a 490 horsepower V8 engine, now paired with extra balanced handling and the proportions of a Ferrari. It's easy to push the price past $75,000 when you add options, and older Corvette's improbably spacious cargo holds are no more. But when you're looking for incredible performance without a mortgage-like car payment, the Corvette continues to deliver that, and more. Number 2. Porsche 718. The Porsche 718 lineup includes 2 models. The 718 Cayman Coupe for $60,500, and the 718 Boxster Convertible for $62,600. Whichever you choose, you get a finely honed performance machine, though not as much horsepower as you get from a bruiser Corvette. A $75,000 budget probably buys you the Porsche's base 300 horsepower 4-cylinder engine, or maybe the optional 350 horsepower Turbo 4 if you go easy on the options. It combines Porsche's panache and handling precision with the company's ever-improving interior detailing. Some automotive enthusiasts like to say the Porsche 911 is the finest sports car you can buy today, but others argue that the 718s are even better and for less money. However you feel about that point, this is one of the best sports cars under $75,000. Number 1. Jaguar F-Type. The F-Type is a genteel take on the two-seat sports car. Graciously styled and smooth riding, it's less about racetrack domination than a mix of elegance and driving pleasure. Priced from $69,900, the F-Type is available as a coupe or convertible, comes standard with a 296 horsepower 4-cylinder engine. That's quick, but not thrilling. You'd have to pay more than $75,000 for a supercharged V6 or V8. But if you're more interested in a great-looking cruiser than a max performance machine, even the 4-cylinder can be great. And if it sounds like we're describing a car that's all show and no go, don't worry. The F-Type also has sharp handling. It just doesn't have the single-minded focus on performance that makes it less rewarding to drive some great sports cars on a daily basis.